luckily. Was that a bad idea? Y'all, the blonde is popping today. I use my purple shampoo. If you're fake, you know. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex. I'm a rising second year at Vanderbilt. Views are my own. I'm a rising second year at Vanderbilt, which means I'm starting rotations in just a few short weeks. You guys loved the schedule video that I posted last year, just walking through like a day-to-day schedule for what first year looked like at Vanderbilt. This is gonna be kind of different just because I don't really know what the day-to-day looks like, but I can tell you sort of the year schedule for what we are going to be doing our second year for rotations. What this means if you're confused about rotations, so what we've done so far is first year at Vanderbilt is preclinical, which means we do lots of classroom work, lots and lots of lecture, learning all of the content and taking exams over that. Second year, we start our clerkships or our rotations. You'll hear them both ways. You also might hear on the wards. Those are interchangeable terms that I probably will be using on this channel throughout the next year or so. And so we start those this year, which means that we're basically baby doctors, infant doctors helping out in the hospital. Sort of, we're in charge of a couple different patients, maybe 1 to 3 patients. I think 1 to 2 is pretty common, where you have to know every single thing about that patient. You follow that patient through their procedures, through sort of everything that's going on based on what specialty you're on. If you're inpatient, outpatient obviously is a little bit different. Inpatient, if you're not familiar, just means in the hospital. Outpatient is in a clinic setting. So that's sort of what our assignments will be as far as I know right now. We haven't started. And if you are going into medical school, if you're in med school right now, you will learn or have already learned that they don't tell you really what's going on until maybe last minute. So I am recording this a few weeks before we start. And so what I know is very limited, unfortunately. So that being said, everybody in the class will do the same rotations, but they have them at different times. And within a couple of the different rotations, you have specialties that you will rotate on that are of specific interest of you. And then on 2 different ones, you have electives that you will take that can be completely separate from the clerkship that you're currently on. And that being said, the 5 are in the order that I have them, and I'll go back through this, but I have surgery first, medicine second, pediatrics, OB-GYN, and then psych neuro is combined for the 5th one. So there are 5 total rotations. Each one of them is, I think, 8 weeks. As far as I know, most of them are about 8 weeks long. Surgery and medicine are definitely 8 weeks. Pediatrics and OB-GYN, looking at my schedule right now, it looks like 8 weeks. I know one of them is 6 maybe, and that might be psych neuro combined. It looks like that might be 6 weeks. It's going to take the whole year. We start on the 30th of August and then we end on the 24th of June. So it's pretty long. And then at the end of this year, we will start studying for step 1, and we will take that next summer before we are sort of prepping for our 3rd year, which is a totally different set of things. So I'm going to go through sort of what we'll be doing for each thing, and yeah, I'll take you through the rotations. I'm really excited to film content this year just because it will be something different than me just sitting around studying. The surgery one especially, I feel like there's a lot of prep that goes into that and a lot of survival skills, so I will go through the fire for you and bring you back pearls on how to survive, because it sounds like it's gonna be really hard. So I start on surgery, it's 8 weeks. I end sort of at the end of October, I start at the end of August, and I think how it works is we're gonna be doing general surgery, assisting with that. Probably we'll do some suturing. Maybe by the end of the time we're there, we'll be allowed to assist with a cholecystectomy, which is taking your gallbladder out, stuff like that. We'll be doing simple procedures, lots and lots and lots of oversight. I don't think that we're going to be doing anything alone ever, but maybe suturing, closing incisions and stuff like that. But we also will be checking on those patients, doing pre-rounds on those patients, making sure they're prepped for surgery, checking in on them after their surgeries, those sorts of things, and figuring out the ins and outs of what a surgical physician would do. That being said, our schedule, what it sounds like it's going to be is 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. some days in the the hospital. 4 a.m. sounds like more of a constant than I want it to be, but like 4 a.m. to like 8 or 4 a.m. to 6 p.m., something like that. It's gonna be sort of brutal. It's 8 weeks. I have it first, so I'm kind of scared about that. The whole sleeping situation, the whole, I've heard like, don't have a lot of time to eat, don't have a lot of time to drink, don't have a lot of time to use the restroom. Like, it's really just like survival mode, and I don't know how excited I am to start out on that. Like, maybe I have some more morale because we start with break. Maybe I don't know, maybe it's gonna set me up poorly for the rest of the year. We're gonna survive. I'm excited to take you through like how I'm prepping for that right now, what sorts of like materials I think are gonna be helpful for me. That's a separate video. You're not gonna get a double whammy in this one because I need ideas for content. I can't just be giving it all away. At the end of each rotation, we'll take what's called a shelf exam. And so this is sort of like a content exam to make sure that you sort of understand the basics of what it means to be a surgical physician. And this is gonna be like content on common surgeries and common surgical problems and things that you might encounter as a surgeon. Cool. Oh, and in surgery, you'll do like general surgery. And then also I think you have a surgical subspecialty that you will rotate on that service for. I think the ones that I preferenced, I can't remember, and so it's going to be a surprise to me, but I think some things that I might be on would be like transplant surgery, which means they would like call me in the middle of the night, ask me to get on a jet to go get a kidney, which I find to be exciting, and also like now thinking I'm not going to sleep for 2 months, like kind of scary. Plastic surgery, and then I think there was one other thing that I preferenced, but we'll see. I don't think I'm going to be heartbroken if I don't get my top choice because I honestly don't remember what it is. Great. So for medicine is my second one, starting at the end of October and then ending right before we go home for Christmas break. So late December. Again, with this, you're going to do general medicine, you're going to do outpatient medicine for a couple of weeks, and then you'll also have like some subspecialty that you rotate on. I think for my specialties, I preference like pulmonology, hematology, oncology, stuff like that. I'm interested in like general hospital medicine, and so I wanted to be on the general service a little bit longer. That's an option as well. You can be on it for 4 weeks instead of 2 weeks, or 6 weeks instead of 4 weeks, or something like that. I chose the longer version of general medicine just because that seems like what I want to do, and that would be good to figure that out. If I'm like, I don't like this, then I know. So again, we'll take a shelf exam at the end of that, and then I'll go on Christmas break, and then I start on pediatrics when I get back, which if you are like, aren't kids just like small adults? They're not. I've seen a couple of kids in clinic, and it's just like, number one, it's different communicating with them, and then also they have different problems and things have grown differently, and so they're not the same. They're not the same, they just aren't. So that's its own specialty for a reason. And during pediatrics, I believe we have an elective, which is separate from pediatrics. It's not a pediatric specialty or subspecialty. And I think in this one, I may have said like critical care or ER medicine or bedside ultrasound or something like that. Something random, but sort of related to, for surgery, I said trauma. I wanted to be on trauma. Was that a bad idea? I don't know, we're gonna find out really soon. So, and then OB-GYN will be like delivering babies, taking care of women. Exciting. That'll be end of February to sort of the end of April, and then we will have a spring break. Luckily, I'm so grateful that we have some breaks, and then we'll finish with the psych neuro block, which I think is shorter than the rest of them, and it'll start like I'll be on neuro for a little while, and then I'll be on psych for a little while, and I think we have one more elective in there, and honestly, I can't remember if I chose anything other than what I already told you, so probably like pulm crit care, ER, bedside ultrasound, those sorts of things. And again, we'll take shelves after every single block, and I think you're gonna take like a neuro shelf and a psych shelf, but I can't remember if that's true or not, so I will let you know when I get there. Basically, it's gonna be a very busy year, and each rotation I think will have like different things to bring to the table and sort of a different lifestyle. Surgery is definitely going to be difficult. Medicine is one of the harder ones as well, but the schedule is a little bit less intense. And then the rest of them, while they are difficult, I think the schedules are like work more with you, which is nice. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be very tired by the time I get to Christmas break, but we're going to make it work. It's gonna be fine. Let me know in the comments, because the content this year is gonna be different, very different from what you've seen before. Let me know what you want to see. I'm thinking of trying to bring you along at least for like one day in the life. Things are gonna be very busy. I am already grateful for your patience, just because like if I'm in the hospital from 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and then I just have one day off and I need to study, like we'll see what gets posted, but I'll try to keep footage up for you guys. I will be posting like how I'm prepping for, at least for surgery. I plan to do it for the other ones, but again, we'll see how this year goes. But if you have specific things you want to see, if you have specific questions, if there's anything like a burning question or something that you're just like, I want to know what happens during the wards in this way that you haven't showed us, like I probably just haven't brainstormed it yet. So if you want to see, let me know in the comments. Also, if you're feeling privy to it, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of those things. The more things that you like click on a YouTuber, an Instagram, like influencer, if that's what you want to call me, the more things that you do, the like better it is for the algorithm and the more like people see the video. So if you think this will be helpful for others, or if you just find it interesting, like be sure to do those things. Thanks for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope it was interesting to you, and I look forward to more content in the future. I will talk to you later. Bye.